Hi, how are you? I hope you are having a beautiful, wonderful day, night, weekend, month, year, wherever you are, whatever you're doing. A couple things before we get started. I am filming this right after my last video. I literally hit end on the video and then just hit record again. So I am quite literally just right after that video. I just wanted to still say a couple things. My windows that are right in front of me, they are open. So it is just a absolutely beautiful, stunning day outside. We have AC, we have heat, we have everything, but it's just so beautiful outside that I wanted to have the windows open. Unfortunately for you guys, that does mean you may hear some cars, you might hear some mowers, you might just hear outside things. So I do apologize for that, but it's just so pretty. I couldn't not have the windows open today, you guys. Other thing is I just had red fingernail polish on my nails, so they kind of look a little janky. I promise you, they're clean, they're nice. They're a little, I had a couple nails break on me, so some of them are a little bit shorter than others. I'm a little bit sad about it, but it's okay. So yeah, I just wanted to get that out of the way. I also do have both of my dogs, of course, did not want to be anywhere near my husband. They wanted to be with me. So all of that to say, if you hear any noises or anything, that's what it is. Okay, guys, it is currently October 25th or 24th, and I am just now planning this is the last spread that I just did. I am just now planning. Yes, I know that this is the beginning of October. Don't judge me. I do not have any Halloween specific kits, so that's on me. But I do not have any, but I think I might have, for some of you, a really fun kit. This was another one that as soon as I saw it was being released, I had to grab it, and I grabbed it in the deluxe kit. And you guys know me, it is so rare that I buy a deluxe kit or use a deluxe kit because I just don't use all of the stickers. But PlannerPixieCo, as you can see here, she put out the teaser for this, and I was stalking her page, I think for like 2 weeks. I don't even know if it was that long. It could have been longer. I don't know. But I was stalking her page, waiting for her to release this. So this one is just called Forks. And then I got it in black foil. I thought about doing it in red foil or gold or silver, but there was just something about the black that I just loved. And one of the extras that I got was in my Twilight era, Team Edward, because yes, I am in fact Team Edward. I should have known I had toxic man problems then. But this is the kit. So of course we've got Bellar, Cullen House, Baseball, Jacob, Bella's Lullaby, and then I don't know if you'll be able to see, but each of these nails is a cover from the book. We've got the mushroom, I almost said mushroom tortellini. It was ravioli. The rings that Bella wears. You've got Edward himself, Twilight with all the different references, and then washi, forks, the high school, the days of the week, the forest, and then I think these are the perfect colors for the boxes, decorative boxes, washi, extra boxes, days of the week. I love how this turned out. I think, not to toot my horn, but I do think that black was the perfect choice. This does not have any foil on it. This has a touch of foil just on these two little guys here. This is all the deco. And in here we have Rosalie, we have Jacob as a wolf, the truck, Alice, Jasper, Emmett, another Edward, another Bella, the bat. I mean, we have a little bit of everything in here. There's a little bit, there's a little bit of foil I missed on. There's some deco, foil on the deco. And then of course more boxes just with the round edges, and then more boxes with a little bit of foil, habit trackers, and then these are full boxes. These two here are full boxes, they're not washi. And then of course these like this whole thing is one sticker. But yeah, I am certain I will get 2 uses out of this. But she released it, and y'all, I think if I could have ran quite literally to her front door and knocked on her door and been like, hey girl, I probably would have. But let's start here. I think I actually am going to follow the same way that she has it here. I think I'm going to put the forest down here, and I think I might scoot this down. Well, no. Yeah, I'll put it right here. Here. Y'all, I have been dying to use this because I almost didn't use it because I was like, oh, it'd be too kitschy for, oh, I need to, okay, hold on. I do need to scoot this down just a little bit. Hold on, you guys. Let me actually do this. I should have done this one first. Okay, there's that. And again, her stickers, like I was saying about Sadie's stickers in the last video, PlannerPixieCo's are also kind of like a soft touch, or at least this type is. I didn't get these in the glossy. I got them in, I made sure that they were matte, or I think they were only offered in matte because of the foil, I think. But yeah, like wherever there's not foil, it's kind of like a soft touch almost feel to it. So I love it. Okay. And then here. So I figured we could talk about Twilight in this video since obviously it's the kit. To say I was obsessed would put it very lightly. And so that you all know, I'm 29. Twilight was like, for me, Twilight was everything. I was not a Harry Potter girl because for whatever reason, my parents did not allow me to watch Harry Potter, but they allowed me to watch Twilight. Again, another story for another day. It is what it is, you guys. So I actually saw Twilight first. Like I watched the movie first because I did not know at the time. Because at the time, I think I was like 13, maybe. Like I was young. I was a very early teenager. I did not know that it was a book. I really did not know. I had no idea. I did not know it was a book first. So I just saw the previews for like this cool kind of, you know, movie. And my older sister actually took me to see the first one on a fluke. Like we just went to the movies one night and she's like, you want to go watch Twilight? And I was like, yeah, girl, sure, whatever. Let's go. And so we went and saw it, and that started, oh my God, that started a whole, like, awakening, you know, for me. I loved Twilight. I still to this day, like, I kind of giggle at it now, but I was so in love with Twilight. This was the first, like, once I found out that it was a book series, begged my parents, y'all, like, I don't know how to say that anymore, that I begged my parents to let me get the books. And then of course that turned into midnight releases. Like I didn't go to a midnight release of any of the books themselves, because I think by the time Twilight came out, I think the books were already out. I think all of them were out, or like I think Breaking Dawn might have like just released or something. I don't know, because again, I didn't know about the books until after I had already watched the movie. And of course, as I was reading the books, I had these characters kind of already in my head. That is the only thing that does kind of suck, is like I didn't get to really think about the characters on my own. But I mean, I don't particularly mind. I'm fine with it. I'm telling you guys, I was so freaking obsessed. So I did not go to any of the midnight releases for the books, but I did go to midnight releases for the movies. And again, I had gotten, my friends at the time were super into it. Like all my girlfriends were into it. And then, oh God, you guys, I was so crazy about these. And of course, my best friend at the time, she was Team Jacob, and then she was Team Edward, and then she was Team Jacob, she was Team Edward. It was just back and forth. I was very, very much Team Edward from the get. And then you should have seen me, y'all, a couple years ago, whatever it was, when I'm just giggling at myself, you guys. When Midnight Sun came out, it was like I was 13 all over again. Like I think I all but took a Delta flight to fly through that book. Like I was done with that book in a couple days, I think. which I already am a relatively fast reader, but still, when Midnight Sun came out, you would have thought that it was the only thing that existed to me. I think I even like snuck it with me to work. Like y'all, I was crazy. I was crazy, cuckoo crazy for Twilight. And again, I apologize, my neighbor is leaf blowing his lawn, so just go with me, you guys. But yeah, I loved Twilight. I was okay with New Moon. The older I've gotten, I realize I like New Moon more now as an adult because I'm more understanding of what was going on. But as like a 13, 14-year-old, I was like, oh my God, why did Edward leave? Like, I didn't understand until I was older and went through the similar situation. Eclipse was good, but I definitely feel like it was kind of like a filler book to get to Breaking Dawn. And I say justice for, oh my God, what is her name? The one that dies that we all wish didn't die. And even Stephanie Meyer has come out and said that she wishes she didn't kill her off. But yeah, the fact that, like, also the amount of lore that my brain has just held on to, like the stuff that I know about Twilight, the stuff that I know about some of these actors, ridiculous. The stuff that my brain has just held on to is so so crazy. Like, and my parents, if they were in the room with me, any of my parents, because my parents are divorced and remarried, so if any of the 4 of my parents were in the room with me right now, they would be rolling their eyes, laughing, giggling, like, just because, again, I had all the posters, I had shirts. I think at one point I had like a bag, like a school bag or something. Like, I had necklaces, I had like the bracelets. I mean, I obsessed, you guys. And this was also the first set of books. Like, I had read books prior. I was a reading girl. I liked to read. But I think, oh, let me see. I know that I read all of them, and I read all of them multiple times. But I want to say, I am going to go for the decorative boxes first. I want to say I read them all at least a minimum of 3 times a piece. And I even read New Moon with and without, like, I read it once normal, read once with just the Jacob part, and then read once with just the Edward part. Like, I skipped all of, like, I just skipped from the beginning all the way to the end. Y'all, I'm telling you. Oh, I need my habit trackers. But yeah, what a mess I was. Well, I still am. Who are we kidding? Like, let's be for real. Let's be for real. I am still very much a mess. But yeah, when I was moving, the last time I moved, I finally gave up my Edward posters, or at least even if I didn't give them up, I know that I don't have them like out anymore. But I'm sure those are relics at this point. I was so sad when Kristen Stewart broke up that whole situation, because I know that's a loaded situation as well. But yeah, I loved the Cullen House. To me, it was one of the first series that I had also watched that was a book to movie. Like, yes, I'd watched Lord of the Rings and I'd watched some other things, but this was like this was like the first big movie for me, like movie series for me. And I was very critical, and oh my God, I think I might avoid this. I kind of want it to be a darker spread. I think I might kind of avoid, as pretty as this is stunning. This is the perfect choice, but I think I'm going to avoid it. Is that bad? Probably. But yeah, oh my God. And the final season, or the final Breaking Dawn, when they do what they do, that final scene, spoiler alert if you haven't watched Twilight by this point, but the big huge scene when when you think everybody's dying and it's like this whole thing, and oh my God, you should have seen me. I was in the theater. We went for the midnight release of Breaking Dawn Part 2. Because we went for the midnight release, I think for almost all of them. I want to say Eclipse. Well, no. I know for a fact we went for Breaking Dawn Part 2. But I know we went for other ones as well. But I'm not remembering right now, of course. But we were there. And it was my best friend at the time. Well, she's my longest friend at this time. We're not best friends anymore, but she's still very much, I know I could call her at any time. Her name's Ashley. I love her so much. I will always love her. She's my sweet baby girl. But we just don't talk as much because we've grown up. But yeah, I watched it with her. And I remember in the theater watching that big scene for the first time. And just the absolute, like, silence that was in the room. And me just, like, gripping on to Ashley's hand, being like, oh my God, no, 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 no. Because, again, at this point, I had read the books and reread the books and read them again and read the books. And I think even in anticipation for the movies, I had reread them because by the time I want to say New Moon was coming out as a movie, I had already read the books like several times for that, or not several times, but I had already read them by that point. So as the movies were coming out over the years, I went back and forth and like read them again. So I had recently reread it, and I knew that that was not how the movie was supposed to go. Like, I knew that that's not how it was supposed to go. So when I got into that theater and that's how it went, oh my God, you would have thought if I had a child, somebody killed my child. Like, it was so crazy. I could not believe that they did that. And so to circle to now, my younger sibling is going through, she went through her Twilight phase. She's already pretty much out of it because for her, you know, she's 16 today, actually, is her birthday. And, you know, for her, it's very much like, oh, whatever. Like, Twilight's so stupid, you know. But she still watched it. She did, you know. And you should have seen her, because when she watched Breaking Dawn Part 2, she was like, no, we have to pause. And I said, nope, we're not pausing, because when I watched it in theaters, I did not get to pause it. I had to live through this trauma. I'm only going to use these two here because I'm not putting this really in the spread at all. But then obviously with this, I won't be able to read it. So I'm just going to put these two down. But yeah, y'all, please comment or say something or message me if you were also in the theaters that night losing your mind. Because, oh my God, you guys, like, oh God, what an absolute time, you guys. It was such a good time. And like, I know it's very cringy now, and I know that there's very mixed feelings for some people, but for me, I don't think I will ever get over Twilight. I still to this day watch it sometimes because it's just, I don't know, like, it's just, there's something about it, you know? Hold on, I'm trying to figure out how I want to put these down. Okay, so these are boxes. Okay, I'm just gonna put this here, and if the boxes cover it up, the boxes cover it up. I'm not gonna like freak out. It's just a weekend sticker. But yeah, I know you guys know, again, if you've been watching, you know how terrible I am about remembering to put my weekend stickers in. Whatever. But yeah, God, what a time. But yes, please message or comment or something if you were there for that fateful night. When this happened. Oh, jeez. I'm looking for the work stickers now. One moment. Oh, God, you guys, it's so funny. Oh, I have 2 more of these. Okay, good to know. But yeah, I'm so glad that I was there, and I look back on it very fondly. Like, I don't have any ill will towards Twilight or anything. I know for some people, like I was saying a second ago, I know for some people it's kind of like, oh, Twilight, jeez. But for me, I love it. It's a very special place in my heart. I think it was very much, for me, I think in a way you almost had to be there. Like, I definitely think it's held the test of time. It's a funny hee hee ha ha movie series at this point. And like, it just is what it is now. But like, I definitely think for me, it's definitely stood the test of time. And like I said, it for me also is very much a comfort movie. Like, sometimes when I'm just not feeling my best, it is a good one for me to just kind of reflect on and like, or not reflect on. I'm never reflecting on Twilight, but it's a good one for me to kind of come back to and just watch on like a sad day, or like if I'm just trying to come back to myself or whatever the case may be. I've often said it's like my depression movie almost. Like, if I'm just having a rough go of it, Twilight is usually what I reach for. And it's just, I don't know, the fantasy of it all. And even still to this day, I watch fantasy things, but I also read a lot of fantasy. Sometimes it's harder for me to get into like a real story for a book, like with no magic, no dragons, no vampires, no nothing. I still to this day, also controversial for some people, I really think that they did a good job casting. I know we're not going to talk about Kristen Stewart. Actually, yes, we are. I think she was when I was a kid and I didn't understand like film and casting and whatnot, I definitely thought, oh my God, she's one of the worst people they could have cast for this freaking movie series. But now that I'm older, and you really, like, if you actually take the time to analyze the books and analyze Kristen's performance, like, if you really, I'm taking this so seriously, you guys, I'm so sorry, but also I'm not, because, if you really do, I feel that she did a wonderful job, because she was supposed to be just, like, weird and awkward and difficult to deal with. And I mean, that was her whole premise, was her being awkward. So personally, I think she did justice for the character. I think Jacob was a perfect casting, Taylor Lautner. And even still, I don't know if you guys follow Taylor Lautner and his wife, Taylor Lautner. They are so beautiful and such a wonderful couple. And they're so fun and silly. And they're a great couple to watch for if you're on socials more than just what you are currently. They're a great couple to follow. They're not obnoxiously like influencer-y. They're very sweet and kind and open, and they have a podcast, and it's like a mental health, like, it's not necessarily a mental health, I mean it is a mental health podcast, but they also just like talk to people. They talk to like big celebrities, and they talk to them like they're normal people. Like, it's kind of refreshing if you're into that sort of thing. Specific, I think I'm finally going to use some of these, because I've used, I think, like 1 or 2 PlannerPixieCo kits, and I never use these. I think I'm going to finally use them. But yeah, I was obsessed. I think in a way I still am a little bit obsessed, obviously, if I'm out here purchasing this kit. But yeah, I absolutely, I think I'm kind of struggling to talk about it because it was just such a time. I loved Robert Pattinson, because that is also another thing. Let me be real with. Another thing that has kind of happened from this is I became, and still am, obsessed with Robert Pattinson. Like, I've seen so many of his movies. I went back and watched, when I finally was able to watch Harry Potter, because I did finally, like, when I got older, I read a book, watched the movie, read a book, watched a movie. And love Harry Potter. Absolutely. Such a good series. Way 1,000,000 times better than Twilight. Like, respectfully, a million times better than Twilight. And if you disagree, that's fine. But I'm just saying, cinematically and actorally and, I mean, literally just overall, it's a million times better. But, sorry, I'm trying to make sure I'm doing this right. Yeah, okay. There we go. I'm glad that I'm not really putting a whole lot of tan. And I know that this is tan. I know there's tan in here, but I like the darkness of it. I wish there was blue. That's the only thing. Because Twilight, oh my God, the blue Twilight. You guys, again, if you were there, very much if you know, you know. Very much if you know, you know. See, with these, I'm not really going to use any of these. And I'm not putting any tan in this layout. So that just kind of leaves me with these, which is fine. Very easily. You know what? I suppose I could do some of these, right? Let's see. Let's see what we can find here. I'm finding I've got a lot of black on this. So let's do this here. Yeah, there we go. And then here. Let's actually put maybe a little bit of washi, huh? Let's do this one here. And then this here. And then, can this one fit or do we need a small? Okay, technically this is just like a hair too big, but it's okay. It's not like the end of the world. And let's do another big one here. Yeah, there we go. Okay, so this side is done, and I'm very glad I didn't really go heavy with the tan. I know that the tan is in here, but I'm glad that for the most part, it's just gonna kind of be this. Can the black one fit here? No. It can fit here. Yeah, if you hear my dog, just leave me alone. She's a sweetie. Put this one here. And then let's put a little baby guy up above here. But yes, I definitely, and I loved how they ended Breaking Dawn Part 1. I liked that they ended it with her opening her eyes. I felt like that was, I actually really liked that, personally. I thought it was kind of a fun way to really get us amped for the second one, personally. Oh, I forgot about this one. Let's do, oh, goodness. There we go. And then, you know what? Let's do a skinny, because I don't have one, so it'll just be kind of by itself. Let's do this one, just a little skinny guy. Okay, and I think that completes the boxes. Let's put some deco down. I may just save that for, yeah, I think I'll just save that so that I'm not stressing about it. I'm probably going to overload this spread with deco, so just go with me here, okay? Just roll with it. But yeah, I absolutely loved Twilight, and I still to this day love Twilight, and am forever down to watch Twilight. And I don't think I will ever get over Twilight, and that might be to some people's dismay, but oh, in putting this sticker down, I did hate the wedding ring. I was so pissed off that this is what they chose as a wedding ring, because again, as the book nerd, that was not her wedding ring at all. It very much was not, and I'm still very pissed off about it, but whatever. That is what it is. It's fine, you guys. It's fine. Okay, you guys. I love it so much. Yes, I did also purposefully put the 3 of them down here. I probably should have put, you know what, it would have been perfect if I put like the 3 of them here, but I kind of like that it's spread out. But yes, ta-da, here we go. Cullen House, Edward, Bella, Jacob, all the extras, Twilight. This was such a wonderful kit. Thank you so much, PlannerPixieCo, for this. All of the deco is perfect. The deco box choices is perfect. Adding the Forks High School is perfect. Rosalie, even being like in her mad pose, is a perfect touch. This is just so good. I love it so much, and I just am like sitting here looking at it, and I'm so glad that this is in my my planner to remember. All right, guys, I hope you love it. So I am holidays planning here on YouTube, obviously. I also am holidays planning on Instagram. I'm holidays planning on Facebook. I have both a Facebook page and a Facebook group. They're both holidays planning. It's interchangeable. And then I do have a TikTok. I will say I don't really focus on that as much anymore. I mainly focus on YouTube. I don't think I've posted on TikTok in quite some time at this point, but there is still a lot of my beginner filming things on there. So you, of course, you're more than welcome to scroll that if you want. You'll find just older stuff there. But yeah, I mean, that's really it. If you have anything else, of course, you are more than welcome to message me or comment, like, subscribe, notification bells, all the good social media stuff. But yeah, have a wonderful week or day or wherever you are. See you later, guys. Bye.